Hey guys, we're getting very serious now. It is like 9 o'clock. And I'm here with, okay, let me just take this off for now. I'm here with Tone Deaf by Olivia Rivers. We are on chapter 4, and this is Allie's point of view. So, here you go, you got this. And let's just get into this. I'm going to just, even though this one's super short, I'm just going to do one chapter, okay? Just one. So, and then we'll do some more. But I think I should try to do some more voices, maybe. So what I'm going to do, I kind of just want to introduce you to the voices. So for Killer, I'm going to give him kind of like a little softer, higher, like squealy British accent. I'm going to work on it. It's going to be a process throughout the book. Arrow is just kind of like a chill voice, a little bit of like higher, I guess. John is going to be chill. He's just going to be like, bro. Jace is going to be, guys, this is when I wish that I had like a good guy voice. That's something that we're going to work on through this channel. Sorry, my voice is a little fried. I just spent an hour reading, Roald Dahl's The Giraffe, the Pelly and Me. So, it's a little fried, but I'll try these voices. Allie's dad is going to be gruff. Allie's going to have like a little off British accent because of, whoa, that's just terrifying. Because of being deaf, she kind of sounds British. And then, Avery's going to have like a really squealy girly voice, but only when she's like excited. Otherwise, it's going to be like a little lower. Okay. I don't know, guys. I hope it kind of like helps explain things, but here we go. This is, I just put this on upside down. That's fine. No, it's not. Okay, anyway. We're going to get into Tone Deaf by Olivia Rivers. And again, this is chapter 4, Allie's perspective, and we are on page 30. And I'm just going to have like a very chill narrative voice. I creep inside my dad's house and quietly close the front door. Even after living here for almost 7 years, I still can't kick the habit of thinking of it like that. My dad's house, not my house. My home is far, far away in NYC. Apartment that's tiny and cramped and absolute heaven, because it's where my mom is and where the air is always filled with sound of my piano and the smell of oatmeal cookies. Or at least that's how it used to be. Last I saw my home, it was covered with white sheets and silence. There it smelled like hospital, and even though it was totally morbid, I wanted to stay there forever. My mom may have been far underground in a coffin, but all my memories of her were stuck in that apartment. Of course, I didn't get my wish. In a matter of days, I was shipped off to my dad's house in hot, dusty Los Angeles, California. I always wondered why my mom never let me see my dad. Why she divorced him before I was born. Now I know all too well. As I turn around, I face my dad. Speak of the devil. He's Chief Patterson to most people, but he insists I call him Dad. He likes to desperately cling on to the illusion that we're some sort of normal family, even if we both know it's a complete lie. Seeing him in front of me makes my stomach drop. Usually he avoids me, and I avoid him, and the careful distance we set between each other keeps things quiet until he drinks. Then the alcohol rips away his desire for distance and replaces it with a drive for violence, and all that quietness is shattered. I force an innocent smile. It hurts my cheeks, where bruise from last week is still healing. Hey, Dad. The slap comes so fast I barely feel it, but I feel it. There's no way in heck I couldn't feel it. My dad has perfected his slaps over the years. Hard enough to bruise, soft enough not to break the skin. My jaw snaps back, and I hold in a yelp that only makes things worse. Where were you, Allison? He demanded, his slur. I don't know how to do a drunk person's voice, sorry. Where were you, Allison? He demands, his slur words hard to read. His face is twisted with anger that overtakes him every time he gets drunk. I have no idea what sort of horrific flashbacks he tries to hide when he gets that haunted look in his eyes and pulls out a bottle, but I'm not sure I want to find out. He's never dared to speak about the monstrous memories that ruin his mind, and I've never dared ask. I've heard my dad's police buddies joke that he's a master of disguise, but underneath all of his gruffness is a heart of gold. He's the retired chief from the lost... Sorry, I don't know if it sounded right. He's a master of disguise because underneath all of his gruffness is a heart of gold. He's the retired chief, and the entire Los Angeles Police Department holds him up on this pedestal. Everyone sees him as a hero for creating protocols that reduce gang violence in at least half a dozen neighborhoods. And I guess he technically did do something heroic, but he's not a superman everyone thinks he is. People have no idea how quickly a few shots of liquor can make his heart of gold turn that black. Pain blossoms through my cheek and down my neck, and pain twists my gut. I feel like I'm about to lose my dinner. Maybe I'll hit his shoes if I want it. Go down with the fight. Yeah, right. My dad glowers down at me, and I do my best to read his lips while avoiding his gaze. It's an art I've mastered over the years. When his eyes get watery red, look at anything but them. His receding hairline, his snubby chin, his graying hair, his strong jaw, anything but the eyes. How many times have I told you curfew is 11? It was actually at 12 last time I checked, but I know better than to attempt to correct him when he gets like this. Silence is almost always the safest answer. I resist the urge to rub the stinging skin on my cheek, but it's best not to draw attention to the fresh bruise. Dang it, I should have accepted Avery's offer to sleep over tonight, but she was so worked up about what happened with Jace I didn't want to hear any more on the subject. I just wanted some peace. I'd figure I'd be able to spend the evening quietly holed up in my room. My dad had been in a surprisingly good mood earlier today, and I had expected it to at least last through the evening. Apparently, I was wrong. I could cry about it, but I've lost enough tears over him. Now I need to focus on the good. In 4 months, I'll be 18. Then I can run away and no one can stop me. Well, my dad said, I'm sorry. Sorry isn't good enough, he snaps. You're always sorry, but you never listen to me. I bite my lip just in time to stop myself from saying, maybe if you bothered to make sense. Maybe I'd listen if you bothered to make sense. It's true, though. The demands he makes of me are often downright stupid. He wants me to get straight A's so he can be proud of me. I want to get D's so my teachers realize I really do still need the help of an ASL interpreter, despite my lip reading allowing me to squeak by with passing grades. He wants me to attend Los Angeles State and follow in his footsteps. I want to go to Gallaudet University. I'm pretty sure that's right. I'll look it up later. Where I'll be part of a community that will embrace my deafness in spite of pitying it. He wants me to get a job in law enforcement. I want to vomit at the thought. Really, Dad, I say, I'm sorry. It won't happen again, I promise. My cheek is already starting to swell and aches as I speak, but I force an appeasing smile to stay on my lips. He grunts and turns away from me, walking uncertainly towards the kitchen. I let out a long breath, but apparently I'm too loud because he whirls around. What did you say? Nothing, I squeak. I didn't say anything. He glares at me for a long moment, then shakes his head and strides back into the kitchen, leaving me there alone. I let out another relieved breath, but make sure to keep it quiet. Then I sprint up the staircase to my room in the attic. Old movies make attic rooms out to be scary. Making your kids stay in one is always some sort of punishment. In reality, it's the exact opposite. Mine is cozy and big and far away from my dad. I collapse on my bed and stare up at the ceiling. Avery's room still has the glow-in-the-dark stars we put up there in 2nd grade, and her bedroom is home to about 5 dozen pictures of her family, friends, and animals. Her walls are covered in good memories. Mine are bare. I keep all my favorite pictures carefully bundled in my desk drawer, ready to be scooped up and packed the first chance I get to move out of here. This isn't home, and it never will be. I reach up and touch my sore cheek, wincing as my fingers graze the flesh. Tomorrow, Avery will lend me an ice pack, and I can hang out at her house for the day. It's the one place I always feel welcome. Over the years, Avery's parents have tried reporting my dad to Child Protective Services at least twice, but it did nothing to help. My dad simply has too many connections to the reports to be taken seriously. CPS is, by the way, is Child Protective Services, has assured Avery's parents that my home is safe and that I am just a troubled kid. I don't think either of them quite buy it, but they're both people who are wary of the authorities and too scared to directly argue. I can't blame them for their fear. They make up for it by letting me spend as much time as I want over at their house. But I can't go over there until morning, so I pull up my phone and open up Google Chrome, figuring I'll distract myself by reading some forum posts. I've been following the Deaf Clan forum for almost 4 years now. They have an entire sub-forum directed to bands, and it was how I first discovered that being deaf didn't have to mean ditching music. A lot of classical deaf music has lost its magic, the vibrations are more subtle, and the memories are too painful. But the Def Clan forum introduced me to the idea that feeling the vibrations of rock songs is almost as good as hearing them. Since then, I blast music whenever I get the chance, and it never fails to bring back good memories of dancing around the kitchen with my mom, listening to her sing along to her favorites by the Beatles. I scroll through the newest forum posts, pausing to read a long message chain about the newly restored Elvis Presley album coming out in a few weeks. The excitement in the messages is contagious, and part of me is dying to join in on the online conversation. Even though I've gleaned hundreds of song recommendations off this forum, I've never actually posted anything. I tried making an account once, but I deleted it before I even finished registering. Everyone else on the forum is deaf, part of the non-hearing community, and proud of it. Me, I've never even had a deaf friend, let alone been part of their community. All through middle school, I've worked with my school district's ASL interpreters and speech therapists. Through hundreds of hours of tutoring, they've made me fluent in ASL and a champion lip reader. But I've only ever used those skills to make communicating with people easier. I've never really had the chance to converse with deaf individuals. Sure, I've read practically every single forum thread on the Deaf Clan and spent way too much time daydreaming about attending Glaude University, where I could dive headfirst into deaf culture. But those are just daydreams. At least for now, as soon as I turn 18, I can hightail it out of this house and do whatever the heck I want with my education and my life. I glance at the clock at the top of my screen. It's 12:37 a.m., only 4 months, 2 days, and 5 hours before my birthday. That is the end of that chapter. That was chapter 4 from Allie's perspective, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And there wasn't too much happening. I'm going to make sure I'm pronouncing it right, that it's Glaude University. That is in, I'm pretty sure, Washington, D.C. area. Oh my gosh. And that is it for now. I'll see you guys for the next chapter. Bye.